Okay, friends, so now we are going to jump into another game. It's a little bit more involved, but it's using the same skills that we just talked about. So over here, I have all my pairs of 10 listed. Now, I made a chart here for the friends that want to challenge themselves. You can make pairs of 20, and then we also have our pairs of 10 if you are comfortable sticking with that. We are doing both adding and subtraction, so there's going to be all different ways. So, I have my pile. I made 2 piles of 0 through 20. If you want to start with 2 piles of 0 through 10 and then work your way up to 20 when you feel comfortable, that is perfectly fine. But I made 2 piles of all the way up to 20 just so that there's different groups that friends can challenge themselves or friends can stick with 10 wherever you feel comfortable. So I'm going to show you how this will work. So we make our pile. We're going to flip 5 cards at a time. So I have a 12, 11, 2, 8, and I have a 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 cards here. Now I'm gonna move them so you can see them. All right, so these are my 5 cards. I'm going to look at these 5 cards and decide if there's any way that I could find a pair of 10 or a pair of 20. So let's take a look. Remember, we can add or subtract. Well, let's start with a pair of 10. So let's look over here. Is there anything I can do with a 2, an 8, or a 10 to make 10? Well, let's find my 8 and 2. Look at that. 8 plus 2 equals 10. So I'm going to have 8 and 2. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to write 8 plus 2 equals 10. I made my first pair of 10. Is there something else I could do with these numbers? Take a look at them, see if there's something else I can do with them. Well, we did adding. Let's try subtracting. How could I get 10 if I'm subtracting? So automatically I already know it cannot be 10 and it cannot be 8 to start with, because if the number is making 10, we have to start bigger than 10. So I'm going to try to start with my number 12 because that's bigger than 10. So what number can I subtract from 12 to get 10? What number can I subtract from 12 to get 10? Well, let's try 2. What's 12 minus 2? So we can use our number line or we can count backwards. So we'll do 12, 11, 10. I know 12 minus 2 equals 10. So out of that pair I just made, or out of that group of cards, I just made 2 equations to show pairs of 10. Is there anything else I can do to make pairs of 20 or pairs of 10? Well, let's see. What about 10 and 11? What does 10 plus 11 equal? For my friends that know our pairs of 20, they know 10 plus 10 equals 20. So can 10 plus 11 equal 20? No. Let's try 12. 12 plus 2, 12, 13, 14. No, that's still too small. Let's try 12 plus 8. So reach out and grab that 12, count up 8 more. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Look at that. So we know 12 plus 8 equals 20. Nice job. So we're going to take those cards, and the ones that we made pairs with, we're going to put to the side. Those are the cards that you won that round. You're going to keep that pile over there, and then you're going to pick 5 new cards. So here's my 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, looking at this first. Let's see who can super quick take that think minute. Make a pair of 10 with these 5 numbers. Who can make a pair of 10 with these 5 numbers? I already see 2 ways I could make 10. Let's see, I'm going to give you a minute to see if you can find any way to make 10. Well, let's look over here with our pairs. Do I see anything with 0, 7, or 3 that will help me make 10? Well, here's my 7 and here's my 3. 7 plus 3 equals 10. Let's see, I have a 7 and I have a 3. So I'm going to write 7 plus 3 equals 10. Nice. Let's see if there's any other way looking at these numbers. So we just did addition. Let's see how we could do subtraction. Is there any way for us to subtract these big numbers for friends that are working with numbers bigger than 10? Take a think minute. Is there any way to make 10 using these numbers? Let's look at, so I know 17, that's my teens, and I know there's 10 in there, because if we're using our place value, I have 1 10. So here's my ones. I have 7 ones. So I know if I take 7 ones away from 1 10, I have 10. So look at this. I have a 7. What if I did 17 minus 7 equals, what does it equal? Well, let's start at 17 and count backwards. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So 17 minus 7 equals 10. Nice job. And friends that are still confused on that, I'm going to post another video to help challenge you, to help you to figure out your pairs. Oops, I put it on the 20. Silly misphrase. To help you figure out how to work with those teen numbers when we're adding and subtracting. So that would be over here. So 17 minus 7 equals 10. And I already know, looking at all these numbers, I'm not going to be making 20, because if I had 15 and I'm counting by 5s, I would need 5 more. So we already know, and that's how counting by our 5s can help us figure that out too. So I'm going to keep my numbers that I won and put them over there. We're going to do one more round. So let's do, remember I'm flipping my 5 cards. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh my goodness, I think I hit the jackpot, because I know my pairs of 10 and I automatically see 2 pairs of 10. Let me give you a second. Take that think minute and find those 2 pairs of 10. All right, let's look over here. I'm looking for a 6. Here's my 6. It's paired with my 4. I have a 6 and a 4, so I know 6 plus 4 equals 10. Take another look. I have my 7 and my 3. 7 plus 3 equals 10. Let's see, is there any way that we can make 20 with all of these cards? Well, if we did, so this will be the trick that Mr. Mack was teaching you on Friday. So looking at these cards, if I know this is 7, 7 plus 8, and I know my doubles, so my 8 plus 8 double equals 16. So what's 1 less than 16? This will be 15, so that's not enough to be 20. I need 5 more to get to 20. Can I get to 20? Nope. It doesn't look like it. It looks like all of our pairs are made up. Friends, this is going to be for you to do now. You can have a lot of fun with it. You have your whole pile of cards, so I want you to go through and challenge yourself and come up with as many pairs of 10 and as many pairs of 20 as you can. Remember, you're doing pairs, so 2 numbers, but if you did see 3 numbers and you wanted to challenge yourself, so for example, if you saw a 5, a 2, and a 3, I could take all these numbers, and know that 3 plus 2 equals 5. So now I have My new problem is 5 plus 5, which equals 10. Challenge your brain. These are all skills that we've already gone over. We've done a lot of practice in both classrooms. You guys know your doubles and you know your pairs of 10. So now push yourself using this deck of cards and come up with as many pairs of 20 and as many pairs of 10 as you can. You guys are going to rock it. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Good luck.